There we go. Okay, you guys, as always, if you can turn your cameras on, please do, because we enjoy seeing your beautiful faces. Every Sunday night, we do this team Zoom at 9 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to it every single week just to get us pumped. Sometimes it's us, or sometimes we have an amazing guest on, which luckily tonight we do have a really awesome guest, you guys. We were on, I don't think it was this past week. I think it was a couple weeks. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago that Lauren, I happened to hear from her on the you're good, April. We know you're at work. I heard from her on the Diamond and Above call, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love our team to specifically hear from her. So I asked her, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. So we really appreciate you for taking time out from your business and your family and all the things to pour into us tonight. So that definitely does not go unappreciated. So if you just wanted to start off and just share your story with us, however much of it that you want to get into. And then we can kind of like go for, questions off of that. But I feel like so much can be learned from people's stories just in general. And so I always like to be like, take it away with that. And so, yeah, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Perfect. So, hi guys. First of all, thank you so much for having me on. I love to speak with other teams and get to know other people. So I'm excited to do this. But my name is Lauren. I am a triple diamond. I have been in the business for 2 years now, and I live in Austin, Texas. I started out as a customer. I was a customer for many, many, many years. And I was actually with another network marketing company before this one. And I was so not passionate about it. And I was so not excited about the products. The team was, it was just a really different atmosphere. And I kept watching my sponsor, the girl who I was buying the products from, and I kept watching her just live this life that I was like, oh, how does she do this? Like, she's my age, she's going on safaris, she's paying cash for this stuff. Like, she is living the dream. And I thought, man, if I could just have a little bit of extra money to not be drowning so much in credit card debt, then that would be fabulous. And so I reached out to her and I asked her a couple of questions, and I said, you know what, just let me pray about it tonight and I'll get back to you tomorrow. And so I asked God to give me a sign, and I was like, just please let me know that this is the right thing for me. I was a new mom. We were in a new house in a new town. We didn't have any support system around us. And I had just kind of gotten lost in my identity as a mom. I had a bookkeeping business that I ran from home. I was just, I mean, it was all the things. I was totally burnt out and I just needed something. And so I just prayed, like, please just let me know that this is something that I should do. And so the next day I got the sign I was looking for, and I messaged Alyssa and I was like, okay, how do we do this? I joined, I signed up, I worked just hard enough to get my shopping spree, and then I quit working, and I didn't work for about 5 months. And I would throw up a post every now and then. Never did I reach out to people. I didn't add people. I didn't do personal development. I thought it was all silly. I thought, I don't need that. I don't need somebody like teaching me how to be better, and like, I'm fine. And I tried to reinvent the wheel. And then I finally decided, what would happen if I actually gave this a chance? Like, if I actually put in the work and tried it. And so I started working about 5 months later, and I went Ruby. It was right before, like a couple of days actually before the last in-person conference. And I had decided to go to conference because I had heard Mike Patillo talking about it. And he had said 84% of the people who attend conference promote. And I was like, well, that's a pretty high average. So maybe I should try to go do this conference. It'll be a little fun vacation for me and my family. Like, what could it hurt? If anything, I could prove that like this isn't for me and just go on about my business. And I went to conference, and it completely changed my life. I cried like a baby the whole time. I knew nobody there, had no idea what was going on, had no idea what to expect. I was so out of my comfort zone, but I cried the whole time, and it just touched my heart so much. And I messaged my sponsor and I said, I just need to know what I need to do to make this work. Like, because I'm in. And so from conference, I went to conference as a paid as, I don't even think I was a paid as executive. I think I was just a paid as distributor um, with that had just gone Ruby. And by, I think it was March, I went Emerald. And then April, I went Diamond. And May, I took my boyfriend's account Diamond. And then August, I went double. And then this most recent April, I went triple. So that's just a little bit about me. Since I've joined this business, we've been able to have my mother-in-law move in with us and help her while she was sick. I've been able to stay home with my son every day. We've been able to go on vacations. I've been able to give back, like in ways that I've never been able to before. We've been so blessed. We have really, really been so blessed, and it's just completely changed everything for our family. So that's a little bit about my story.
That is so awesome. That is so cool. Like I feel like sometimes when other people are listening to other people's stories that are like, VIP or above, sometimes we can kind of like let it get a little foggy. Like, yeah, of course they did because of all of the things. You haven't been sitting at triple for 8 years. You know what I mean? And then you went triple, and then now all of these miraculous things have happened. Like, no, all of those awesome things happened along the way to triple and after triple. And I think that is so cool. Um, can you talk about, I know obviously your like conference was a big deal. You got there, completely changed a ton of stuff, super emotional. Can you just real quick say what kinds of things at conference were were the things that got you in such a emotional state and helped you get that, maybe it was like a stronger vision or it was stories or whatever, like what kinds of things had that big of an impact?
So, one, the heart behind this company is incredible. I don't know how often everybody gets on the family call, but just the fact that they do this family call every week and Mark pours into us and Cami pours into us and Mike, these are the people that started the company. These are the people that, like with other companies, they could just be behind the scenes and you never know them, but they are just the heart behind them. I went to both winter circles at the ranch and I got to meet them and I got to be in their house, and it was just touching and so eye-opening that like this really is the place for me. Their love for God, their love for all of us, their appreciation for all of us. um, that was one thing that really, really touched me. Just knowing, like at conference, the first night to kick off conference, they do a worship night. So that was incredible. And then just like you said, you see all these VIP people and you're like, oh, you have this picture perfect life. You're an ambassador, you're a double ambassador, whatever. Like, of course you get to go on all these fancy vacations. Look how much money you're making. But really, whenever you hear them talk, they are just like anybody else. They are nothing special. Sherilyn Alcala struggled with eating disorders and didn't have the $100 to start when she got started. They lived in a teeny tiny apartment. And now I've been to her house and it is like a freaking mansion. It's insane. Um, let's see, who else is there? Kelly Brown. She she grew up in foster homes. Like, she didn't have anything growing up. She didn't have all the, like, this huge, great network. They're people just like us. And so that really touched me, like hearing everybody's stories and hearing them be vulnerable and hearing them cry and, hearing them tell us I was nothing before this. Like I didn't have anything. I was just like, and they're really like all of us. We're all the same. And so that really just hit me too, just knowing that like they can do it. If they can do it, I can do it too. And I mean, there were like literally there were girls up there speaking in French, and there was like a translator, and I was bawling. I don't know French. I could not understand a word she was saying, but I was bawling just because you could feel the emotion. Just knowing what this company has done for so many people, and knowing that this is 100% debt-free company, and how much they give back and how much they give to us and give to people who are in need. That's really what just made me decide, okay, like if they can do all of this, I can do a small portion to help people out too. So that was really like the heart behind it. It was amazing. And I cannot wait until another in-person conference. I know the one coming up is virtual. And it has its own like positive things. Like you get to bond more with your team, you get to spend more time. It's not the like rush and the hustle of like in-person conference where you don't get to really talk to anybody, you're trying to find a seat and all the stuff. You get to really actually bond with people. So it's different in a good way. But I mean, you guys, conference is like a huge deal. So if you've never been, if you don't plan on watching it, if you guys aren't doing some sort of party or something, like I really, really, really encourage you to be a part of it, because it will change everything.
Yes, exactly like Crystal said too, conference game changer. And it really does like, I mean, when we see, I mean, obviously even at conference, I've never been up on stage personally talking to Mark. However, there is just like that different vibe. And obviously, especially that you got to go to Winter Circle twice, you said twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So I'm going to talk to you about that here in a second, but like that is so I I feel like I'm being repetitive over what you just said, but it's cool. Like it's very like like that connection that you make and that you see, like literally see. It's not some cliche saying of like, oh, we have a really great family owned company and we're debt free. Yet no, like that's legit, and that is such a big thing, you guys. That Mark and Cindy and Cami and all of them really like help push out to all of us. Like, yes, our products are amazing. Yes, we have an amazing business opportunity, but they even help us like by saying like go debt free yourself. Like go debt free yourself. Like give back yourself. Like even if you can only give a little, like that is, they're not saying give back to It Works. They're saying give back to, you can give back to the organizations that we are teamed up with, or you can go give back to, somebody else that, or something else that you care about. And it's just, yeah, the heart. I could go on and on
So
about that.
yeah. So one thing to add to that, when we were at Winter Circle, they told us that, Doubles and Up could contact corporate and ask for corporate assistants to come host an event in their area if they would be willing to open it up to like all the teams in that area. So I contacted Mary Beth Dodd, and she's coming out in October, and we're going to do an event together in October. And that was one of the things she said, you pay for it out of pocket, and then everybody will start buying tickets through Eventbrite to reimburse you, and then anything over, we just ask that you give it back to the Gives Back Foundation. Like, so just little things like that, it's just so incredible. And the way that they pour into us and go out of their way to get into the field, or to go out of their way to connect with us. I'm going in September, the week before conference. Cami invited a few leaders to come stay at her house. So I'm going to stay with her, and she's gonna like pour into us, and she's gonna like, I mean, when we were at the ranch, Mark and Cindy were in the pool with us, like walking around in their swimsuits. Like they're just so normal. They were out there on the dance floor dancing. They were riding horses with us. I mean, they prayed over us before we ate every meal. Just how much they pour into us as people, like it's not like we're just making them richer and richer, and they're actually giving back to us in so many more ways than just money. And it's, I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. That it just, the heart behind this company is something that just is incredible.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like I'm keeping talking about this, but I mean, obviously it was meant to be talked about tonight. We usually don't even go into this a whole lot usually on Zooms, but you guys, for real, like Cindy put together a women's conference twice.
Mhm.
I went to the second one. It was amazing. It was amazing. It's nothing to do with It Works. We didn't even like really talk about It Works at all. Like very rare, unless it was like part of someone's story or something that they wanted to mention. It was all a faith-based women's conference, and it was just so incredible. And I like Cindy's told like more of her actual like her own personal story, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was just really cool to get to know more of the behind the scenes of people, you know. And so I can only imagine what you guys were able to and how you were able to feel connected. Obviously, conference is amazing, but Winter Circle, like, whoo, like being in that much more intimate environment with them, that is so awesome. So, okay, sorry, I'm done with that topic, but it's just so cool. But anyways, so obviously, you know what the heck you're doing, right? You've gotten to Triple Diamond, going Prez, going Ambassador here soon. And I am just excited for my team to also learn some stuff from you as well. Like I know that we all pretty much have a grasp on, you know, we we post, we message, we follow up, we grow our network, all the things. But was there a something, speaking of you going to Winter Circle specifically, when you were even for the first one, and you have your thing that you do every single day. I'm sure you have your non-negotiables that you do every single day. Is there something that you changed when you were doing your normal thing and then you changed it, and then that's what made that tweak for you to go to Winter Circle? Or was it like the same things, you just did it a little more? Or how did that look like for you?
So really it was just like doing the same things, just doing more of it. So this month we started a new thing in our team, and it's kind of like an accountability spreadsheet. And so it's got different tasks, and it's more than just like the 6 list or, you know, stuff like that. It's more than the KPI list. I mean, we add to our stories. It's basically the same idea, but we add to our stories. We add an opportunity post. We do 25 HAP requests. We boost 5 old opportunity posts. You do your happy birthdays, 10 follow-ups, like all the things. We just do more of it every day. Really, I mean, I shoot for, you know, 10 plus hosted posts every day. I get up before my son gets up every morning. I get up usually around 5 o'clock because that's like literally the only time I'm going to get work done. And so I have to get up at 5 and I get my work done. That way I'm not like stressed out at him because I'm trying to answer messages and all this stuff. Um, and I do, he sounds like he's about to come barging in. I do, you know, the happy birthdays just so I'm interacting on people's pages. I do like I'll pick out 10 people in my news feed and do like genuine comments on their posts, not just like a little emoji or something, but I'll say, your hair looks beautiful that way, or I love your shirt, where'd you get it? Like just really genuine comments that gets them interacting. And I always do it like in a question so that they'll answer back. And so then Facebook knows that we're interacting. Um, I will snooze people if it's like the same people over and over and over again commenting on my giveaway posts. I'll snooze them for 30 days so that new people are coming in.
What is that? I have not heard of this before.
Oh, it's lovely. Let me show you. So you can just go like on your feed.
Okay.
Like this one. Can you see like the 3 dots?
Yeah.
Okay, click on the 3 dots and then you can do snooze for 30 days. That's going to take them, it's just going to take them out of your feed so that you can, like new people can start coming in. It's really great.
That.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I'll do that, like pick 3 or 5 or 10 people a day and do that. Obviously, I'm adding to my network every day. I'm doing my host a post. And another thing, when we were at the ranch, something that like I was like, what is like, because honestly, there was a time where like my host posts weren't getting anything. Like it went from literally 300 comments on my giveaway post to like 5. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like something is wrong. And so I was talking to all the people at the ranch and they were saying like, when you get a host a post up, like when somebody comment or like when somebody puts a post up for you, don't even go to their page. Don't save it. Don't do anything. Don't acknowledge it for a minimum of 5 hours. And I'm like some people were even like, I don't even look at their page for 24 hours after they post it. And I'm like, well, like the green in me and the OCD in me wants to go immediately there and start commenting on everything. But so I quit doing that. I quit like stalking their page, and so far the most I can do is like 3 to 4 hours, and then I'm going over to look at it. But I've been doing, I mean, every host to post I'm getting up is getting like tons of comments, and I don't know if it's just like me not commenting on there, and so people are like thinking, you know, maybe it's a legitimate post. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it fixes the algorithm, but just by not going to their page, like I'm having great conversations every day because they're stacking up with comments, and it's like the best thing ever. So I mean, just doing the things every day, even if I don't want to, it's like 5 4 3 2 1, just do this, do the hap request, like just do it. um I mean, there's not really any secret sauce or I mean, I'm just doing all the things. If I'm going for a promotion, if I'm going for like winter circle, if I'm doing any of that, I just do more of the things every day, and I just push. And I did some like contests for my team so that they would get excited, and um you know, just doing the things every day. I mean, I really don't have anything fancy to say.
Right.
It's
No.
just doing
Well,
it.
and
And that's
that's
what
a
I
good
want to tell
thing,
my team all the time. Just like do the stuff. That's all there is to it. Just do it.
Yeah. If you, okay, so just doing the things that we know to do and that we know work, just being consistent with that. And then if you want even more results, just do more of those same things. So that makes sense. I
Yeah.
definitely learned about the snooze, and I have not heard the wait 5 hours. And I feel like that's kind of like in a place that I've been in the past week. I'm literally like, hello? Like, is anyone like
Mhm.
going to enter my host post? Like, I'm like, what is going on? I was talking to Mina about this the other day. I'm like, what? I feel, what is happening here? Um, but yeah, I've kind of felt like in a little bit of a funk, I guess, own host a post. So that's something that I can also try even myself personally. So thank you for that. And as far as like, okay, I have like 3 things in my brain that I wanted to say. So if we're talking about our team, right? Because obviously you were mentioned like that's just what I want to tell my team is just do the things. So what would you say? This is kind of like totally switcheroo here, but what would you say to someone who is on your team that's like, I feel like I am the only one that is doing anything. I feel like I'm the only one that's like full on like doing the things and doing them consistently. So I feel like I'm the only one getting results, but like I don't know what I'm missing. What would you tell that person?
Gosh, a couple of things. So one, um, I think that you're probably always going to feel like you're the only one on your team doing all the things or doing most of the things, because nobody's going to be pushing for your goals as hard as you're going to be pushing for them. Nobody cares. Your team does not care about your goals and what your why is as much as you care about it. They're working for themselves. They're not working. I mean, yeah, we want to help our sponsors. We want to help build our team. We want to do all the things, but they're going to be working for their goals. So it's always going to kind of feel like you're working harder than everybody else. Two, I think that in the beginning, I think it's completely normal to build yourself basically to emerald, maybe even diamond. I mean, now I have a handful of people that are actually working and doing the things. And I'm triple. Like, I think I built myself to ruby. I think I built myself basically to diamond. I mean, I know I almost built my boyfriend's, I say boyfriend, we're engaged now. I'm so excited. It's been 7 years coming and he keeps getting on to me for that. But I built him basically to diamond. But I think that one thing that you can remember is that if you're leading from the front, if you're doing the things and you're not just telling your team to do the things, but if you're actually doing them and showing up and showing them that you're doing them, if you're consistently enrolling, if you're consistently posting, I don't know if you guys do any type of accountability spreadsheets or any type of thing like that, but like if you're showing them that you're consistently getting your host to post up, then they're going to eventually start doing the things too. They want to know that you're doing the work also, and that you're not just waiting around for them to build your paycheck. So I think it's really normal for people to build themselves in the beginning, but gosh, that's such a hard one because the way I look at, I mean, my goals are my goals, and I don't depend on my team to do my goals for me. I don't depend on them to show up for me. It's great, and it's an extra bonus when they do, but I'm in charge of building my paycheck and my goals and my rank and my reasons for, all the things. This is how I provide for my family. This is how I pay my bills. This is how we buy, land for our dream home. And as much as you want people to show up and as much as you want your team to work, and this may sound totally like backwards from any other like leader in the company, but I really do think that I mean, it's your responsibility to build your paycheck and to build your dreams. To get your team motivated, lead from the front, do the things, stay positive, help them when they need help, be available to them, connect with them on a personal level and not just as, your downline. Ask them how their kid's birthday was. Ask them, how are you feeling if they're sick, just be a human and they'll start appreciating you and they'll start wanting to run with you. But I just think that staying consistent and just being available to them and cheering them on and recognizing the work that they are doing instead of the work that they're not doing, I think that that's really important. And just being, just being a friend to them too. I mean, it is a business, and it is you have these business decisions to make every day, but you are also a human. So just being kind to people and helping them. I mean, I will reach out to you and I will reach out to you and I will reach out to you, and then I will give you an out and I will say, listen, I made you a promise that I was going to help you be successful at this, and I've given you X, Y, and Z, and I've done this for this however long, and I need to know, if you're in this or not, because I don't want to waste my time or yours anymore, and I just need to know what's going on. So, just being available. Ask them, how do you want me to hold you accountable? Do you want to be successful at this? Like, do you want me to reach out to you every day? Do you want me to send you posts? Do you want me to send you messages that you can send? Do you need to screenshot me things? Like, I think just being just like a real person to your team and not like a boss is probably what's going to like motivate them the most.
Yeah, and I think that like what you just said about asking them, like kind of like addressing the elephant in the room, because if they're really not doing anything or whatever, and then like you said, you give them that out. I know that can be kind of scary for some people because they're like, well, what if they do say no, or what if they don't even respond to that? And it's like that kind of gives you some reassurance of where you need to put your time then. Because if you're still sitting here in this maybe gray area, when they could just say, nope, never mind. And then you can be like, okay, great. And then that's the sooner that you can move on, like not sounding harsh.
Yeah. And if they're not doing anything anyway, and then you ask them and they say, no, I don't want to do this anymore, they're already not doing anything. So, I mean, you just really need to just know, like you said, where to be focusing your time, because it is a business. You need to be knowing, like, you need to be helping the people who are wanting to work and who are wanting to learn. Just remind them of, I always ask whenever my new people get started, like, why are you doing this? What's your why? Like, be very specific about it. What is your why? And then that way down the road, if they're not working or they're saying, I don't know what to do, I don't, whatever excuse they have, then I say, well, don't you remember when you started for this reason? So let's get back to that. Like, is that still your why, or do you have a different why now? Don't let your why be your excuse. So if you want to stay home with your kids, but you're complaining because you don't have any time because your kids are around, like, get a different why, or or just don't let it be your excuse. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I'm just very like, I think I'm all the colors, but I think like the red in me is like, gosh, just do it. Like, that we have our hands on something so incredible. And like, if my team's not working, or if people are making excuses, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to be doing this with or without you. So if you're with me, then just let me know and you can run with me. But if you're not, then let me know, and you can stay over there till you're ready, and I'll be here when you're ready.
Yeah. Are you a green red? Is that what you said your colors were?
I think I'm like all of it. I really think I'm all of it, because like, if there's a contest, I'm gonna be running and I'm gonna be like fighting you to the death until I win. But I'm also like super organized. I've got like my binder and all my things. But then like, I'm also like, I kind of want to hold your hand and be, yellow and
I
help
feel
you
like
and
I
big
feel
you.
like the people who are green red are so much of all of the colors too. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Like Crystal, who's on here, I think she's a green red, and I'm always like, but yeah, you got some blue in you, and you got some yellow. So I'm like, I feel like y'all are like, a good mesh of the colors when it says green red. But that was random. But thank you for all of that. And then so two things. Sorry, these questions are so sporadic, but
That's okay.
so for I want to ask you a little bit more about the KPI and the accountability thing that you're talking about. And then, but as far as like casting vision for your distributors, okay, like we all leaders talk about this. Like, it is so important to cast vision to your team, to know where we're going, all of this stuff, right? So what does that mean to you? Like, what are the um casting or vision casting actions, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do to, what are you doing? Does it, I'm sure you're trying, are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know why I can't word it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know how they say, like, whenever somebody first starts, their first goal is their shopping spree, right? So once they get maybe like 3 customers, you're going to cast that vision for the next goal, which is Rui. So you don't wait until, like, I don't ever wait for my own self, but for my team, we don't wait until we hit that goal before we cast the next vision, because then it's like the momentum slows down and you just start going downhill. So you just keep that momentum going. So once they get close to their next goal, cast the vision for the next goal. Once they get close to the next goal, cast the vision for the next goal. If you fill in your emerald chart and you're just like trying to hit emerald, you should always have, even you could even have a double chart out. Like, you should always have a chart with empty boxes so that you can cast that vision and you can always be shooting for the next level. As far as like personally, like casting that vision for their life, if they sign up so that they can have gas money, great, you're making gas money now. So now what do you want to do? Well, I'd like to pay off my credit card. Okay, well, let's shoot for you being able to pay your house payment instead every month. Let's shoot for you to be able to pay off your student loans instead of just credit cards. Let's buy a new car in cash. Like whatever it is, do you want to give $10,000 to the church? Like whatever it is, like once they get like just right almost to the next level, then I'll start asking them, okay, what's next? What's next? I'm not going to push them to what I think that they need to be going to because I can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. So they'll just get like resentful, and it won't be fun for them if I'm pushing them. So I always ask, and I always ask myself, like, okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to stay here and be comfortable, or do I always want to keep pushing? So just, I think before they hit the goal that they're pushing for, always just be asking what do they want after that, and just see where they're wanting to go, see where their head's at, and make them be very specific about it too.
So you're like, you're casting the vision, but you're almost having them do it themselves by like, you're just kind of like pulling it out of them to like cast it on their own. You're just like giving them that encouragement through questions, and then they're just kind of figuring it out and casting it all on their own. That's awesome.
So like if they say something like, well, I mean, I just want to make as much money as I can. Okay, well, what does that look like to you? I don't know. It looks like I want to be rich. Okay, but why? Well, so I can go shopping when I want. Okay, but why? Do you want to just go shopping, or do you want to be able to just pay things in cash, or do you want, like, just keep asking them why and why and why until it like actually comes out. So like for me, it was I wanted to have a little extra breathing room so that we could do fun things and we could take our son to do fun things. Okay, but why? Well, because he's my only son, the only kid that we're going to have, and I want him to have a really good childhood. Okay, why? Well, because mine was crap, and I want him to have a really good life. And it's just like digging deeper so that they can be really connected with what their why is and what their vision is, instead of just saying, well, I just want to have a lot of money. There's always a deeper reason behind it, and a deeper why. So just casting that vision based on that is really important, I think.
Yeah, like having them connect an actual emotion to it, and like a feeling, a reason to their reason,
Yeah, because if your vision and your why doesn't give you goosebumps, or it doesn't bring tears to your eyes, it's not big enough. You need to be dreaming more, dreaming bigger.
Yes. And I feel like, especially for newer people, as they're bringing other people in, sometimes that can feel awkward to have that conversation with these new distributors that you're bringing in, because you might not feel like you're in this place or whatever. And so you might be in a place where you haven't casted this huge vision for yourself, but doing exactly what she's saying, like specifically, okay, but why? Like walking them through the conversation, and it might even be awkward. Like they might be like, oh, I don't know. And then it might feel so weird and awkward for you to say again for the fourth time, okay, but why? But I promise you, like, it's like on Shrek, like it's the onion. You got to peel back the layers, right? You have to like, really figure out what's under there. But in doing just so simple what she just said, like asking why again and again and again and again, really kind of unfolds that. And that's a good reminder for myself too, especially like when, like, I've been in the business for 8 years, and so sometimes I'm not triple yet. I'm not triple yet, but I feel sometimes when we're like in the motions of posting, messaging, following up, growing network, I have a dream board, I have the things, but sometimes I can like just get robotic with it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do have goals, like sometimes it can feel robotic. And so even I love how you just said, I even have to ask myself that, like, okay, but why? Like asking yourself to remind yourself, um, and to kind of like just stirring up those feelings every now and again to make sure that they're like up here and behind what you're doing, daily and stuff like that. So, okay. And then you said you do team contests. I think that's awesome. I need to I might even pick your brain too um, after Zoom. But
Yeah.
another thing is you guys, she says she follows the KPI tracker, but they do have you said it's like an accountability spreadsheet. Is that what you said it was?
Yeah. So, like for example, today it's just like a touch different every day because we don't want it to get so monotonous and boring and just the same thing over and over. So we change it up just a little bit every day, but and we have it in a spreadsheet. We have different groups, so it's not so overwhelming. So there's like, I don't know, 23 people in this group or no, 20 people in this group. And so we shoot for 250 points a week. And the week goes from, I guess it's Thursday to Wednesday. And so like when you plan your week, you get a point. When you do personal development for 20 minutes, you get a point. When you do your affirmations, read your affirmations out loud, you get a point. But it's just different things like that. So today, plan your week, personal development for 20 minutes, read your affirmations out loud, make an opportunity post, a product post, a personal post, post in your stories, something personal, do a product or a business story. And we're really pushing, our team this month is really pushing skincare just because it's something new. And I think that people were kind of getting burnout. And of course, summer is always like really weird time in the business. So we were just trying to do something different and fun. So we're doing skincare promotions. We're doing like Wrap Wednesdays where everybody wraps and puts it in the stories and just different things. TikToks and Reels, boost 5 old business posts, respond to 10 Instagram or Facebook stories, 5 new PDT messages, 25 HAP requests, happy birthday messages, and 10 follow-ups. So it's like a bigger version of the KPI tracker, but it's a little bit different each day.
Okay. That's really cool. I like that. So, and you guys, oh my gosh, I just lost what I was gonna say. No, oh my gosh. But that's what I was gonna ask you. So for okay, so switching back over here. So you're host a post daily. Obviously you're making like posts about them and stuff like that, but you might have to go through certain times where you're like, sometimes I'm out messaging. Are you like messaging people if you have to, like, to stir up some host a post? Is there any tips on like where to like, do you go green light messaging? Do you do like going through your friends list? What do you do? Is it just like I just go find people?
So let me get on my phone and I'll send like my random message. So what I do, I don't really ever do the green light. Hang on, I can't multitask. 203 352 2702. I'll go through my feed and I'll see like if somebody has 10 or more likes or comments on a post, then I will message them. So it's people that are like active in my feed that are getting a lot of likes and comments. Then I'm like, okay, I'll message them and see if they'll do a post for me.
Okay.
And this is what I'm sending. If it's somebody that's just because we're giving away either a Yeti or $500, but that's what I'm sending, like random messages.
Okay. Her.
And then if it's somebody that, or if I just like get bored of whoever's in my feed, then I will just go through, like, I'll pick a random friend and then I'll go to like our mutual friends and then I will like message one of them and then I'll go to our mutual friends of theirs and like just kind of like dig deep into like all the different networks.
Okay.
So that's how I pick it. I don't really do the green light messages.
Okay.
Because it seems to me like in my feed or on my messenger, like the same people are always active. And so I'm like, I'm trying to get away from you.
Okay. And then so for enrolling distributors, real quick, I want to talk about like new product type stuff before we do hop off of here. But like as far as distributors go, and I know you mentioned TikTok and Reels, so you're clearly working on Instagram, you're working on Facebook, and you're working on TikTok.
No, I'm not doing TikTok, and full disclosure, I'm not even doing Reels because I'm
Oh,
like, I've never even been live on my page. So I don't get points for TikToks Reels because I don't do them. Because I'm so scared and I'm so nervous. Like I said, I've never even been live on my page or in my stories. So I know there's a lot of people that works for, and bless them. I'm actually going to something this week. I'm going to a diamond retreat this weekend, and we're going to have like different workshops set up. And to get out of my box and out of my comfort zone, I did pick the Reels and TikToks workshops so that I can dive into it and start doing this.
I
Because
think
why
that's
not?
awesome.
I mean, if I want to reach more people, I mean, I have to do all the things that are working for everybody. So I'm trying.
Yeah, same. I was doing really consistently with TikTok, and I was enrolling distributors on there, and I was getting a ton of people moved over to my Instagram and my Facebook and doing host to post for me. And then
Mhm.
I was just telling my girls, I'm like, I haven't done a TikTok video since April. I'm like, that's not cool. Like, I need to go back to doing what I know works. But yeah, I mean, clearly you're racking out every other area of your business and getting results. So that's amazing. But shout out to you for pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and signing up for that workshop. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important to not try to reinvent the wheel. And if it's working for everybody else, Sherry Lynn Alcala said that once, like she went ambassador basically without using host to post because she was like, I've got this. I don't need host to post. I'm already going ambassador without it. And then she kind of got in this lull and she was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And so now she like does anytime anybody suggests anything, she does it because she's like, it's working for them. Like it's stupid to try to reinvent the wheel. So I guess I'm gonna start like, I don't know. I mean, everybody does it, but like I still have this little tiny bit of like, I care about what people think about me if I'm on a live or on a video or something like that. Like, I don't care if I'm doing pictures and like typing stuff. I don't care what anybody thinks. My half my family doesn't support me and it doesn't bother me. But for some reason, like those videos, it makes me cringe.
And I respect you for sharing that, really. I truly do, because I know that a lot of people do look up to leaders and think like they're not even fearful of anything at this point. Like, what would they have to be nervous about? What would they have to be like scared or whatever about? And it's like, falls back to what you said earlier. It's like they're just like everybody else. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's so like it's so cool because some people think, well, when I become diamond, I'm not going to care what other people think. No, like
Mm,
I went diamond
you
and I
always
still
will.
cared what other people thought sometimes. So, but what was the other thing I was going to ask you on that? But yeah, thank you for sharing that specifically.
Of
Um,
course.
oh, so back to enrolling distributors. I don't remember where I was going right before this, but as far as enrolling distributors, do you have a lot of people that like come to you through opportunity posts types of things? Are you reaching out to people? Like, what does that look like for you?
Occasionally I'll have some people comment on my opportunity post, but the majority of it is host to post. The majority of the people come from host to post. And to be completely honest, like I've been focusing so much on volume lately that I've been like sucking bad at enrolling distributors because I mean, when you're promoting or when you're trying to maintain or whatever, then obviously you need the volume when it should just be like, it should be the complete opposite because if you're enrolling distributors, ideally they're going to be enrolling customers. But in my head, it's like, okay, I know I can control my work ethic and I know that I can control my enrollment. So I'm going to focus on customers instead of like putting my faith into distributors, which is totally backwards of what you should do. But they all come from, the big majority of them come from host to post. Yes.
I forgot I muted myself. So are you are you are you posting or like opportunity post to post, or are you offering the business opportunity to just anybody that's host to posting for you, or everybody?
Both. So obviously I do. Oh, wait, first, what's a good follow-up message you use? So my follow-up messages are so boring and simple. I literally send this every morning. I follow up with people every single morning. Like, I don't give them a lot of time to sit on things. If I talked to you yesterday, I'm going to be following up with you today. I'm not going to wait around a week or whatever. I will follow up with you the next day, and I'll continue to follow up with you until you either block me or order from me. That's just, I mean, I don't care. But that's my follow-up message. Like, it's not fancy at all. It's super simple. And people will typically, or if it's, about the opportunity, then I'll just say, did you have any questions I could help answer? Or were you ready to jump in and give the business a try? Like, it's super simple.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
It's
Like the way that you were, it's like smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's just like really smooth. So
Yeah.
when you are
And so that
offering,
gives them an out too.
sorry, I have like a little tiny lag on my end, so I'm not meaning to like over talk you.
Oh, no, you're fine.
What do you typically say to someone when you're offering them the business opportunity to someone who's host to posted?
That's what I send. So I offer them the products or the business. So it gives them, it gives them, if they don't want to do the business, then typically they'll say, oh yeah, I'd love to hear about the hair vitamins, or I'd love to hear about the gummies. But if they want to know about the business, they'll be like, oh yeah, for sure, the business. So, I mean, I don't have anything fancy or special. It's just super simple stuff. After somebody host posts for me, that's the message I send every time. 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yeah, for sure, send me information on X, Y, and Z. So if you're not asking them about the products or the opportunity after they post for you, you really should be, because you're missing out on a lot.
Now, have you went through, like, say someone has not been doing this at all. They haven't been offering them the products or the business. They just been doing the host to post, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, on their way. What would you suggest them getting, like, even going back, you know what I mean, to their previous host to posters
Sure.
from however long, and basically, I mean, you guys can, like, I'm trying to think. I didn't read your whole entire message. But
Yeah, you could just reword it and be like, hey, I was just going through my list and I know you posted for me before, so I wanted to offer you a spot. Like, I mean, you could just reword that top line and the rest of it would still work.
yeah, that's really good. So even if you've never done this ever, you could still do it to all of the, especially if you've been host to posting, right? Like consistently for however long, you can go back and collect all those other people that you might have missed. So that might be
Yeah, and I know that like it gets scary to ask people, like whenever they do a post for you and you just want to be like, okay, thank you. Like, I don't want to scare them off. I don't want to take down their post. But like Cami Pentecost always says, it's not our job to worry about whether people say yes or no. It's just our job to offer it to them and to ask. That's it. Just ask and then go on. Do your job, share the opportunity, share the products, ask the question, and then move on. They will either tell you yes or no. But I mean, it's always going to be, I mean, you hear it all the time. The answer will always be no if you never ask. So just, I mean, you have to ask as many people as you can every single day.
Yes. What we have our hands on is truly amazing. And I know sometimes I've even done that with some people too, where I've been like, oh gosh, like you kind of almost have that mentality like, oops, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you please post this for me? Like, yeah, okay, sorry to bother you, thanks. Like, don't go into it like that. Like they're sharing about either a product that's literally out here changing people's lives, giving them amazing results, whatever product it is that you're having them post about, because they all do it. Or you're having them, hold on one second, sweetie. I know that they're cool. They're cool. Just, yep. And so, or if they're posting about the opportunity, that's clearly out here changing lives. So like, we're not bothering people, you guys, by asking them to host a post. We are literally like giving them an opportunity to copy and paste and win some free money from posting, nothing really different than what they already like post about every single day, meme sharing, whatever. And then you're going a step further by literally asking them if they want to be a part of it. Like you're just offering the opportunity. Exactly like she said, like it is not up to us on whether they say yes or no. And what, baby? Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And one thing that I would also say is, you know, it's also an opportunity when you're asking these people, it's also an opportunity for you to kind of like clean out your friends list. Because I know when you get to like close to your 5,000, I always try to keep mine at like 4,800. So there's room to like add people if I need to. But if I'm messaging somebody and I've asked them 3 times to do a post for me and they can't even respond to me, they're off my friends list. If somebody's not gonna order, or if I'm hanging on to somebody that maybe wanted a bottle of TFX 2 years ago and I followed up with them 68 times and they're not answering and all they want to do is just post for me like the same message, like the same post over and over every week, like I'm moving on. Like I always think of it as a good way to clear out my friends list. I had a girl yesterday that I asked to do a host a post, and she actually has her own boutique. And she has sent me different things, like inboxed me different things, sent me a coupon when it was my birthday, all this stuff. Asked her to do a host post yesterday, and she said, because of the amount of cold messages that I get like this, I will not post for anybody. And if I did post for one person, I would have to post for everybody. And I was like, shame on you, because you have a small business too. And if you had asked me to advertise for your boutique, I would have. Like I've shopped with you, like all the things. So she got off my friends, like I deleted her from my friends list. So it does a lot of things. That helps you to ask if they want to use the products or if they want to join the business. It helps you into their network, and it helps you also weed out the people who aren't going to support you and benefit your business in the long run.
That's so good. And I'm just really like loving your message over there. If I've seen anybody else say a message like that, then I've totally forgot about it, because I know people have been like, I know that they like to offer them a spot for the post or for the product that they're posting about, or like to offer them the business. But I really love that you just like went ahead and put them both in there. Like, I think that is freaking awesome. And I'm definitely going to start using that. I think that is cool. And it is 10:02. They're about to be on our corporate family call. But number one, first of all, I appreciate you so, so, so much for hopping on here and just sharing your story, sharing your time with us, and all of your tips and your messages even. And I seriously, you rock for that. But real quick, before we hop off, we have a new product getting announced in like 2.7 seconds, you guys. Like, this is freaking incredible. Like, I know not a lot of people have heard like the ins and outs on the product, and I'm sure they're going to go over it again tonight. But skinny cold brew, you guys. That is it. What? Like, that is awesome. Like, a probiotics in there, less caffeine for the people who are like caffeine sensitive, stuff like that. White mocha, and like my all of the green has like totally left my brain right now. So if anybody else wants to add anything about the new products, but this is incredible, you guys. Get yourself some of this. Get yourself some of this. Hype it up to your customers if you haven't started doing that already. Like really reaching out to them and like letting them know, hey, get on auto shipment this month right now. Even just put it in, get it in for tomorrow or whatever. Snag a couple bags of it. They might, you know, if they're one of the first 500 or so, right? They can get that free mug, which I'm hoping that I get that dang free mug. I don't know if you got one already, but I'm like wanting that dang tumbler, not the mug, the tumbler.
Yeah.
But this is so cool. Like, it works, you guys, is always coming out with fresh new products. And now we have another skinny coffee. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, and they all aren't the exact same. So if people drink coffee, and you think all the people, the crazy amounts of people that drink coffee, how many of the people like their coffee different ways? Like, okay, well, now we have this one. Okay. We didn't catch you with the skinny brew. We didn't catch you with the, you know, the keto coffee or whatever, but maybe we're going to catch you with the skinny cold brew, you know? And I say catch you in a nice, friendly way, but you know what I mean? And I'm just really excited about that. They're going to announce it, and we all should get some. And we should, if our customers aren't ready to order it, what is her name on the, it was Shari Rogers mentioned on the Diamond and Above call, talking about selling samples. Like, she's ordering some so she can even just sell the samples and make sample cash for her customers to let them taste test it. 3-day sample pack, $20, you know? And it's just such an opportunity for us to really like, what's the right word? Like, it's like, okay, like the fire's going here in summer, but let me just go and pour some more gasoline on it and get it all ruffled up again, right? Like, get it all heated up again. So much that can be done just by utilizing the fact that this product is coming out tomorrow. So, is there anything else that you would like to mention on the coffee specifically, or the new products, or anything like that, or anything at all, really, before we close out?
Well, first of all, thank you guys so much for your time. I am so grateful to be here and to share with you guys and to know you guys. So thank you. But you know, just with any new product launch, just take it and run with it. They're going to give us so many marketing materials and so much information to use. Reach out to your existing loyal customers, see if they want to make a one-time order. Your volume could boost tremendously this month with this product. So just be excited about it. The more excited you are, the more excited your team is going to be, the more excited your customers and potentials are going to be. So just be really, really excited and loud about it, and just, I don't know, just run with it. Like every new product launch, just run with it like crazy.
Yes, we're all gonna run like our hair is on fire. All right. Thank you so much, Lauren. Have a great night. Let's all go to Mark Pentecost's Facebook page and tune into the corporate call, you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.